Tony D and Little Joan just off camera, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Crowded Room, The Crowded Room, starring Tom Holland, Spiderman. As a mentally ill guy who's framed for a crime he didn't commit, smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 11, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Basically, I think he's framed for a murder, or he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Amanda Seyfried, or Amanda, that hot chick Amanda something. I think it's Seyfried. I think that's how you say it. She plays like a therapist or a lawyer. I can't tell. Maybe his lawyer trying to get him out and to prove him innocent, but he's mentally ill. And that's a problem. Did he do it? Did he not? Here's the problem with adding crazy characters in your screenplays. We don't know from their perception if they're crazy. Their perception's off. So it gives you a blank check to do whatever you want, and then, say, mystery. It's not a mystery if you just don't tell us things, or you give us misleading information from the point of view of somebody who's crazy. If somebody who's got a mental issue sees things, hears things, you could tell us anything in the movie to mislead us and then go, see, you didn't know who was the murderer. Yeah, here's the real murderer. That's not very clever. So it's a very dangerous thing to put a character like this at the heart of your screenplay, at the heart of something like this. Because at the end of the day, maybe they did commit it. Maybe he's mentally ill and he committed a murder and he doesn't remember. He's got terrible trauma, and the trauma caused him to forget, whatever. Or the opposite, of course, which I think is the case here. He's innocent, and he doesn't remember convenient blocks of time when the murder would have happened. And then, the evidence conspires just enough to make him look guilty, but not so much that he is guilty. There's explanations for it, and then it turns out it was somebody else. So, I don't know. I get tired of movies like this. I don't think you should use mentally ill characters, and I think mental illness has become exaggerated in society, and therefore it's being exaggerated in the movies to a large degree. These days, though, the woke want to make mentally ill people the heroes. And look, there's a fine line between somebody who is seriously mentally ill, who seriously can't distinguish reality from fantasy, and someone who's got a mild case of depression, or has got some anxiety about something. There's like a huge canyon of difference. Someone who's mentally ill but mostly functional, like 99% functional, I mean, that's kind of everybody. And I think there needs to be a better dividing line between people who are like essentially disabled from their mental illness and people who are just not. They're just not disabled. They have tough times. I'm not saying that it's an easy thing to deal with something like depression. Clinical depression is very tough to deal with. But it's nothing compared to someone who's catatonic, someone who's got severe schizophrenia and can't distinguish between reality and fantasy and needs to be institutionalized. So, where is he? Oh, of course, he's somewhere in the middle. Enough that he's functional out in society, because that's where you want him for the movie, but not so much that he knows that he's innocent and didn't kill somebody. I don't remember. It's a convenient narrative. And look, don't yell at me about real life stuff, please. I'm talking about movies. I'm talking about movies. I'm talking about this movie. It's a convenient plot device that screenwriters should mostly avoid. Mostly. I think characters like this are better side characters. Because if you have a mentally ill witness, that's a little different. When you have a mentally ill protagonist, it influences too much of the screenplay, I say. So I would seriously consider this unless you have a very new angle, or unless you have mental illnesses that don't necessarily deal with perception and memory, because those become too big of a crutch, I think, especially in a mystery, especially in a murder mystery. Now, is this based on a true story? Sounds like it. It's got a very specific time period, it looks like, so I'm gonna guess yes. Amanda, it's not Siegfried, it's Seyfried. Seyfried? She's cute though. So first act, he's a kid struggling. Maybe it starts out with him already in jail, and Amanda visits him, and then in the back they go to flashback to tell you how he got there, and that's the first act. Second act, it's about her talking to him, realizing he's innocent, and then trying to dig down into what the hell happened. As she does, she learns about his life, and she goes back and forth with whether or not he's innocent and guilty. And then at the end of the movie, she figures out the real guilty party, and then there's probably a moment where she is in danger, but manages to clear Tom Holland. Now, if it's a true story, it's probably not going to be an exciting chase at the end where Tom Holland saves her. But if it's total fiction, it might be. I don't know. These days, I'm going to guess that Apple TV will give us a girl boss. But let's see what the write-up says. The Crowded Room follows Danny Sullivan, who was arrested following an involvement in a shooting in New York City in 1979. Yeah, okay. A captivating thriller told through a series of interviews with curious interrogator Raya Godwin, Amanda's Seyfried. Danny's life story unfolds, revealing elements of the mysterious past that shaped him and the twists and turns that will lead him to a life-altering revelation. So, setting it in 1979 also gives you more leeway because there's not video cameras everywhere. And you have the freedom to do things that are a lot less politically incorrect, or a little less politically correct. So maybe, I don't know. I like Tom Holland. I like Amanda. She's all right. I don't know if this is going to be good. I'm a little bit on the fence. It's hard to tell from this particular trailer. It just seems like your standard drama to a large extent, standard mystery, and that he's really innocent. But since it seems to be fiction, it might not be. I mean, it could be a big twist at the end. He is guilty and he doesn't remember. I kind of doubt it. And then in 1979, are they able to free him? Maybe he's already in jail. He's already convicted, it sounds like. I don't know. Would I see it? I don't know. It's like, I like Tom Holland as Spiderman. He's a fun character. He's definitely got his acting pants on. So that's good. He's a good actor. Amanda Seyfried, she's okay. I mean, she's not blowing me away. She's a little too hot for the role. I mean, she's so pretty. If she's not playing like the princess or the model, or she's trying to serious it up too, and it's not quite working for me. I think I'd rather would have seen the two of them in some sort of romance, quite frankly. But it's, I don't know, it feels a little bit like an episode of SVU. It doesn't look like a bad episode. It looks fine. I don't know. I'm just not seeing anything that's really exciting about it, other than Spider-Man's in it, but he's not Spider-Man. So, I mean, if you're a Tom Holland fan, I think you'll like it. If you're a fan of cop dramas, I think you'll like it. If you're watching SVU, if you're in your SVU phase, yeah, you'll be all over this. But so it's it's not bad for the true crime. It's just interesting to me that they seem to set all these dramas, as I predicted a couple of years ago, in the past, right? Because they don't have to deal with like the current day woke BS. But this feels to me like it would be interesting to set in the modern day, because it would be interesting to see how they would deal with his anxiety then. Would they give him too much leeway? Right? It would be the completely opposite. Instead of like, let's lock up this crazy kid and frame him, it'll be the opposite. It'll be like, oh no, he's crazy. Yeah, you can't say, well, you can't say crazy. Can't say crazy. He's mentally challenged. No, you can't say that either. That's racist too. That would be more modern, but yeah, they're not doing that. I guess I would watch it. I mean, I wouldn't buy Hulu for it or Apple TV. I think I have Apple TV. I still haven't hooked it up. I wouldn't even bother to hook it up just to see this. But if somebody said it was good, yeah, you want to watch this? I'd be like, all right. So that's my analysis. If you're in your SVU phase and you're dying to see some more cop drama, then yeah. If you haven't gotten your fill from Law and Order, I think this movie will be right up your alley. If you're like me, you kind of like had your fill of that. I mean, I think I watched like 15 years worth of Law and Order and SVU, and yeah, I just can't watch those shows anymore. Just much like the characters on the show, I've seen too much. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan, just off camera. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. I'll be at Super Saturday on Saturday at the Atlantic Cape Community College in Mays Landing, New Jersey. Hope to see you there. See you in the next one.